Hello, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, we're talking UFC 310, light heavyweight bout, the one that put together Anthony Lionheart Smith versus Dominic Raz. We're going to talk about this fight a little bit more. Before getting started, make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Dominic Raz makes it 2 in a row now. Finished... I believe it was Jacoby, the first fight, last time around, and now Anthony Smith, a respectable opponent. I'm going to talk about Reyes in a little bit more in a second, but for Anthony Smith, speaking about being a respectable opponent, respectable exactly is what Anthony Smith is in and outside of the octagon. The classiest fighter perhaps on that UFC roster, just a very respectable, hard to disrespect sort of character. And it's kind of heartbreaking to see the guy go through the motions, so to say. But it's exactly that. He's going through the motions. He has to let it out. I don't think he needs anybody to sympathize with him. It's just sometimes you have to go through the motions, and it kind of looks like what it did last night. I believe that Lionheart is exactly that, Lionheart, and he's going to overcome this... small hurdle, and whether he fights or not, I don't think it makes any difference because he has a future with the UFC as an analyst. And watching the guy as an analyst, I sometimes forget that the guy's as a fighter actually. Despite his size and obviously his fighting ability, if you were to meet him outside, you would have probably would never guess this guy could have been like a bank teller or something, and just has the character for it, or a teacher or something, and would have been just fine. And you wouldn't, just saying, if you would meet the guy in regular life and you don't know what he does, it would be probably very difficult for you to know that the guy is actually a fighter. That could probably serve as a double-edged sword, sort of say, because in this game you have to have the hunger to hurt your opponent. I'm starting to doubt that Anthony Smith still has that in him. This is not conclusive. No one knows what's going to happen 6 months to a year from now. He's still about 37, let's say 36, 37, Anthony Smith. And perhaps he has a fight or two left in him if he decides to. But I believe that if Anthony decides to step a foot in the octagon again, has to really consider many things, including his form, which I think, in terms of consideration, little of it was done prior to UFC 310. A lot of it was probably done purely because it was emotion driven. I think that was clearly evident during the fight against Dominic Raz. I'd never seen Anthony Smith behave the way that he did. He at a certain point put his hands down and was welcoming the punishment from Dominic Raz. Like I said, the guy was going through the motions. I believe in Anthony Smith and his ability to overcome the small hurdle, and I wish the guy the best. Anthony Smith is a classy guy, and I have belief in him in overcoming these small hurdles or obstacles that he's going through. That being said, I believe that at this point, for Dominic Raz, he most certainly put himself back into the conversation. Now, I'm going to talk about possible opportunities for Dominic Raz in the near future. I believe the fight to make is Dominic Raz versus Jamal Hill. Winner of that fight gets to fight champion of the division, if it is Alex Pereira come that time. I believe this fight is definitely something that matchmaker or matchmakers, going to be considering heading into the future, perhaps for the first half of the year 2025. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and subscribe for more.